Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. This is part 2 of this series. And I actually named the other one part 1, which I very seldom ever do, but because of the fact that I knew there was going to be 2 parts, I did. So now we're going to work on this. And if we look at it with the shape tool, look at the nodes that aren't necessary, and we're going to do what we want to do. This needs to be more perfect. And I'm going to try to do it in a way that I do not change the shape. I'm going to draw a straight line, and I'm just going to get rid of one side. I don't even look, see which one's better or worse. I think they're pretty equal. And if you notice, there's 3 nodes right on top of each other. I'm going to delete them. It did change the shape. Now, if he's going to cut this out of leather, he could use the new one for not only the shape of his leather, because I'm not going to change it that much, but he could also use it for his path. And I'm just going to delete some. Those weren't even connected. And I changed that path a little bit, but he can take his time. Let's see what happens when we change this one. Change it a little bit. Now, normally when you have a curve like this, any node in the middle doesn't change the path because those 2 outside ones are controlling the curve. Now, here we got to be careful which node. We don't want to delete the corner nodes. So let's delete these. It should be the same thing. Delete these 2 and 3 nodes. Didn't change. But we need to zoom in because we don't want to delete this node because that would give us a funny corner. And we could delete a lot of these. And if we delete them all, it's going to change the shape. I kind of like that shape, so we're not going to delete them all. We're only going to delete some. And you could always get them back. Like we haven't deleted, we didn't change the shape, I don't think, at all. Now, Control D and make a duplicate while holding down the Control button. While holding down I have to do it again, Control D. While holding down the Control button, get your 2-sided cross and mirror it. Take away your line. I always do it. Doesn't take just a second to take your Smart Fill tool and fill that in case it leaked. Now we can move that out of the way and take your Smart Fill and fill that in, and now you have a complete surface or a complete outline. I almost didn't have my video taking the whole page. So now we're going to delete all this except for my pattern that we created earlier. I'm going to go ahead and hit P, which it doesn't matter. Now, we need to find out how long this is to use the Artistic Media tool to work. So we're going to go to Windows, Doctors, and Properties, and click right here on this curved line, and we've got 17, I'm going to say 17.48. Okay, just remember that number, 17.48. Well, let's type it up here, 17.48, because we need to make this 17.48 inches long. And a good way to kind of judge how far you need to go, because you don't know how far it is. See, that's only, we need to go that long. And there, you could actually do this with the Docker, transform Docker, but we're just going to do this. And if you remember, it was 0.09. So we're going to Control D, and then I'm just going to hold down the Control button until I got pretty close to the end of that line. So this is where, and I might even make a 3rd video because this would be a transformation. You'd have to do a little bit of math. And now let's just take away our line and let's look at this. And we need 17.49. We made it a little bit long. So let's take away 1. Select it all. We're so close, I'm going to just change it with my ratio lock. I'm going to change it to 17.49. Now, I need to group this together. Okay? We're almost done. Now I'm going to open up the artistic media. This does come, is sometimes a little tricky, a little bit difficult because I don't do it enough. Artistic media tool. And you need to get the brush and then click on this. And you get this right here, which is the save the stroke. And I'm going to call it weave 2 because I've already done one that almost worked perfectly. And now I'm going to grab that brush and I'm going to, it's still saving, I guess. And this, my friends, takes a lot of memory or a lot of saving. Now I clicked on it and I'm going to increase or decrease the brush stroke. Well, okay, I didn't pick the right one. See, this is why I say it's a little tricky sometimes. I don't know where it saved that or if it even did. Let me click on that and then put it on there. No, you see, it's not saving it. I'm going to replace it. I don't know that that's going to work either. Nope. I got something totally, I'm doing something totally wrong. I just did this earlier. I'm pretty sure it's a brush stroke. And you should be able to go to custom or, see, there's a bunch of arrows, tire tracks. So let me start over. Let me select this, go up to the artistic media tool. See, it's trying to, so you've got to have either brush or the can stroke. I feel a little embarrassed right now. I don't do this enough. Nope. See, I've got a brush in there that I can't figure out, and it's not a spray, it's not a pen, I'm pretty sure, because you can't really save it. You need to have one of the ones you could save. Let me try it one more time. And I know it works because I just did it. I'm going to say it's a spray, but I can't save it. I've got to be able to save it. You know, a lot of people would just turn it off. I'm just going to call it weave. No, I don't want to. Let me just call it EE. Now, it should have saved it. And it takes a little bit of time because and that's one reason. I don't see it in there. I think it did it. I think it's working. Because it's having to go around that path. So it is, I'm pretty sure, now look at that. I'm pretty sure it's the brush stroke in that. And let's see how we did. Because of our measurement, look at that. So I'm sorry, I wish it didn't take so long to make this video or I would remake it. But we got one little hiccup. And, you know, I think that could be remedied. You know, you could back up, make it a little bit longer. You know, maybe the measurement's not 100% right. You know, the first one was missing at the top. And there's several things you could do to fix that. But and you can take an artistic media tool apart. If we go to object, take it apart. Now you get our path and then grab the path, go to, and I wouldn't suggest doing this, but you could get the individual pieces, but you have to break them apart a couple of times. And make a plus key, and you know, you could manually put it in there. but it wouldn't, you know, it might, I wish I could, it's kind of hard. You know, we don't really have them too close together. So in this is, when I first saw this design, I thought, there's really no way. You know, maybe you could mirror that thing, and no. And now I've really got it messed up. But you could play with that, and you could also, I might even try that. I might even make one more video, because you could literally, I think this thing is so perfect, you could maybe try to cut this in half, because the other side is perfect. Anyway, I hope that gave him some ideas on how to do it, and hope that helped. Thank you for watching.